The story of the flood has never been told before. In the early days, the world was filled with vibrant colors and energetic sounds. The lush greens of the fields danced under the warm sun, and the melodies of birds filled the air with a sweet symphony. But as I walked through my village, I felt a coldness creeping into my heart, a chill that came from witnessing the moral decay around me. Men and women indulged in their lusts, casting aside the values that once bound us together. It was as if darkness had enveloped the land, and I was but a flickering candle, struggling to hold on to the light of righteousness. Then came the day when God revealed His plan to me, and I was engulfed in an overwhelming mix of fear and awe. His voice resonated within me, clear and commanding, yet tender as a father's embrace.
"Noah,"
He said, each syllable imbued with an urgency that sent shivers down my spine.
"the earth is filled with violence, and I will bring a flood to destroy all flesh. But you shall build an ark."
The gravity of His words settled in the depths of my soul, and I felt a fierce resolve ignite within me. I had been chosen for a purpose greater than myself. The task ahead was monumental. I brought together my 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, each of them young, with expressions showing curiosity and caution. As we began to gather the materials, the air was thick with the scent of cedar, the wood fragrant and strong, a fitting choice for the vessel that would carry us through the storm. Each day, as the sun rose and fell, I poured my heart into the construction of the ark. The sound of the hammer striking nails reverberated in my ears, a rhythmic reminder of the promise I was fulfilling. The laughter of my neighbors echoed in my mind, harsh and mocking. I felt their scorn like icy fingers wrapping around my heart.
"A flood!"
They jeered, their voices dripping with disbelief.
"Noah has lost his senses."
Yet, I pressed on, my faith fueling my determination. I could almost hear the whispers of the animals, the gentle rustle of their fur, as they sensed the urgency of our work. Each time I drove a nail, I imagined the pairs of creatures that would soon find refuge within the walls of the ark: majestic elephants, graceful deer, and vibrant birds, all destined for survival. As the ark grew taller, so did my anxiety. The skies began to shift, dark clouds gathering in the distance like a foreboding shroud. I could feel a storm brewing, not just in the heavens, but within my very soul. When the day finally arrived for us to board the ark, my heart raced with a blend of anticipation and dread. The air was charged with an electric tension as the first raindrops fell, soft at first, then transforming into a torrential downpour. I can still hear the sound of the rain hammering against the wooden roof, a relentless drumbeat that echoed our fears. Once inside, I felt the weight of the world pressing down on us. My family huddled together, their faces pale with uncertainty. I wrapped my arms around my wife and sons, a protective shield against the chaos outside. The cries of the people grew louder, desperation rising like the waters that engulfed the land.
"Noah, open the door!"
They screamed, their voices a cacophony of terror. My heart ached for them, but I knew that the door was sealed by God's command. We were safe, yet their suffering pierced my soul. For 40 days and nights, the storm raged, our ark a fragile sanctuary amidst the turmoil. The world outside was a churning abyss, and I could only imagine the fear and confusion that gripped those who had once laughed at me. Each wave that tossed our vessel felt like a reminder of the gravity of our situation, yet inside the ark, our faith became our anchor. I prayed ceaselessly, my voice mingling with the soft whimpers of the animals, an unbroken chorus of hope amidst despair. Finally, as the storm subsided and the sun broke through the clouds, a profound stillness enveloped us. The rain was gone, but the air was thick with the scent of wet earth and the promise of rebirth. I stepped onto the deck, my heart pounding in my chest, and gazed upon a world transformed. The landscape lay eerily quiet, a haunting reminder of what once was. The earth was bare, stripped of its vibrancy, yet I could sense the heartbeat of renewal beneath the surface. The first rays of sunlight warmed my face, and I knelt in gratitude, feeling the cool earth beneath my hands. God had spared us, and I felt a surge of joy and relief wash over me. I built an altar and offered sacrifices, my heart brimming with praise for the God who had protected us through the tempest. As I stood there, the sky unveiled a rainbow, a brilliant arc of color against the backdrop of a clear blue sky, a divine promise that resonated deep within me. With my family at my side, I felt a renewed sense of purpose. We were tasked with rebuilding, with nurturing the earth back to life. The flood had taken so much, but it had also gifted us with a second chance, a chance to honor God and live in harmony with His creation. As we stepped out into the new world, hope blossomed in our hearts, and I knew that together we would forge a future rooted in faith and love.